The list of essential items that you need to take on a cruise seems to be ever growing. We've seen things where there's 50 items that are essential to take on a cruise. We've actually whittled ours down now to 6 things that we never go on a cruise without. Stay with us and we'll show you what they are.
I got what you want. Honey, honey, I got what you need. Honey, I got what you want.
Hi, we're Rob and Ali, and these are the 6 items that we never leave home without going on a cruise.
Let's get straight into it. So if you've watched some of our other videos, it will be no surprise that the first one, and these are in no particular order, the first one is these little magnets here, these hook magnets. Now they come in various sizes. The little ones here are great, as you can see, for hanging the hats and the snooze things. And then we've got the bigger ones here for the heavier items. Now what I would say to you is these comes in weight sizes. And you might think something like this, which I can't remember what, this might be 5 kilos or something. But you might think, oh, my bags or hats don't weigh that. I'm going to show you why you should buy the biggest ones you can for some items. Now, these are designed, the weight rating is designed for dead weight down on bare metal. This has got a bit of paint on it. Put a bag on here. It's got a bit of paint on it, so this is not bad actually. So whatever it is, that'll hold it, and that holds it fairly well. If you put these on a wall with a coating on a vertical surface, and exactly the same weight on here, it's just going to slide down. It's just, and in case you missed it, you ready with the camera? Here we go again. It's just going to slide down. So get the biggest ones. Get some bigger ones here. Here's a big one. Get a big one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is number 1.
We found them so handy because we actually put our bags on here.
Yeah,
and as you can see, we start filling them in the morning as we're getting ready.
This is number 2.
So while we're still here in hat and coat corner, that is the other essential one, is the hats. But it's the bags. So we put our bags here and we start to put things in, like the sunglasses, as we're getting ready to go out or leave the cabin in the morning. As we're getting ready, we'll start to put the essentials in, and things like your suntan lotions and things like that in the bags. And then you just grab them to go. But the second essential is the bags. So we saw these, I think we saw these online, didn't we? And they are the Nia bags.
I think those came from Strand bags actually.
Yeah, so they're like a waterproof bag with different pockets inside them, so they will take anything that's wet if you've got wet costumes. And so we use these because these are great to actually board when you come on board your cruise, because they've got all the things you need for when you very first get on board. And then we just obviously repurpose them then during the cruise to take all our things that we need during the day to go maybe sunbathing or going into the spa and things like that. They will take quite a lot of items, and they're great because they dry really quickly as well if you do have any wet items.
Yeah. Talking of wet items, we haven't brought them on this trip because we've got no ports, but we also have some that screw up very, very small.
Not that big.
And they are waterproof as well, so if you've been to the beach or you've got some wet bathers, you want to just throw them in that and it keeps them dry.
They are awesome because they unfold and they are the backpacks. Yeah. So those backpacks that just go to nothing, they are an essential item if we've got any port stops or we're flying.
And we also have, while we're talking about bags, we also have these little bags here, these crossover bags. If we're just going out and we just want a few items, throw the camera stuff in there, and they're just a crossover bag. So
this is great for camera gear, these.
It is.
So very secure.
So, yeah. So bags for the task is our number 2 item, and those 3 that you've just seen, or the 2 you've just seen, plus the wet ones if we're going to an overseas port, the ones that always stay in our case.
Makes life so much easier. Now you're going to show the first aid kit, I think, which is the next essential item. Robert, you only needed a big white X on you, and you would have blended into the first aid kit.
It's very close, isn't it? Very close. Now, this may seem sort of fairly obvious. First aid kit, it's something you've probably got at home, maybe have in the car with you, but stocked with your essentials and everyday stuff like paracetamols, band-aids, burn cream, Savon, all that
Indigestion
stuff,
tablets,
indigestion,
cold
whatever.
and flu tablets, all the things that you
It
think
is.
you're not going to have.
Now, all these things you can generally get on a cruise if you need them. But the thing about it is, A, they will cost you a bit more, but if you've got a headache during the day and you've got no paracetamols, you'll probably pay $5 for a packet of paracetamols if you go to the essential shop or the guest service and probably not too worried about it. However, what if that happened at 2 o'clock in the morning? You wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, raging headache. Where are you going to go? The essential shops are closed. You could go to guest service. They may or may not have them. They may not be able to dispense sort of drugs like paracetamol or
Indigestion tablets and
those
things like
sorts of
that.
things. So then
you
they have
might
to call
need.
the medical centre. That is going to cost you. Plus the fact of the inconvenience of having to do that. A lot easier to just get up, get your medical bag, pop a couple of paracetamols, and you wake up in the morning. That always stays with us with everyday essentials, just everyday essentials.
And of course, the shops on the cruise ships aren't always open. They're not open 24/7,
Well, that's
and
what I'm
even
saying,
on
yeah.
port days they're closed.
Yeah,
So it's really about convenience as well as
It is.
saving you a bit of money. Yeah.
absolutely. First aid kit, well stocked. We always check it. If we've used anything, we replenish it. Now I'm going to take you around the corner for the next one.
So the other thing we never travel without is our packing cubes. We love these. So we've got all different sort of sizes. Mainly we just have these big ones.
We've actually found some new ones now, some compression ones, and I am loving them.
So we even put our lotions and everything in them and underwear and things. But yeah, the compression ones are fabulous.
In
They're
fact,
down
if you
at the
grab one
bottom.
there with the flowery shirt on, I think that one has got.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit compressed.
So you pack it. Yeah, you pack it as you would normally, and then it's got extra zips that then take all the air out. It's not one of those ones that you need a vacuum cleaner or anything, because you couldn't use it when you were coming back. But it's the zips go round and round.
It's a bit like
to
your
compress
expander
it.
on your suitcase, isn't
Yeah,
it?
so they're
But
really, really
These
good.
things are marvellous. You put your shirts in one, you put your t-shirts in another, you put your whatever, socks and undies, and then they just go into the suitcase.
And we live
come
out of
out.
these, and then anything that we've used that's dirty just goes straight into the laundry bag, and then anything we need to just take home that hasn't been used just goes straight in like this, back into the case. So we don't unpack from those, and it makes packing really, really quick and easy. Wouldn't do without them.
Back into the cabin for the next item. Now we used to always say take along a power board, because you have limited numbers of power. There are 2 power sockets in here, and there's a couple of US ones as well.
This is just a typical cabin, isn't it?
Yeah, and some have even less than that. But we used to say take a power board, but there's a big clamp down now on cruise lines on what you can and can't take in terms of power boards. Pretty much most of them say you can't take surge protected ones now, and a lot of them say you can't take any at all. So all your items, where are you going to plug them in? Because you're limited. And we found this. This is absolutely superb. This one actually is a US. This plugs into the US, so you don't even use your Australian socket for this one. And this one's got 5 USB-A sockets, and a lot of the things that we use these days, our phones, our watches, our iPads, our cameras, a lot of those things will run off these USBs. In this one, you can get 5 items plugged in. They're perfectly okay to take on any cruise line, because they're not the same 110 or 240 volts, and yeah, you can actually power and charge 5 items off here. Now this is
yeah, I was going to say you can get those from Amazon. You can get the different
Amazon, Kmart.
outlet. So you can get the US, you can get European, and you can get
Yeah, I think this one is actually one that you can change. There you go. Just change out. You get the different things. You can get a European one that you plug in. It comes as a kit. One that I actually use, which is a bit more expensive, is this Anchor one here. Now this has got 2 USB-As on and 4 USB-C ports on. This one actually does up to 100 watts, and the reason I use this one is I can power my laptop in. Now if you have a laptop, if you take a laptop away with you, you will know the bricks, the plug, everything, it's quite bulky. The whole power system for a laptop is quite bulky. This runs off
one cable.
One cable, which will also charge my watch, it'll charge my camera, it'll charge my batteries. and I don't need to take anything else. I absolutely love these. Don't even bring a power board anymore. I take that, and we take this one as well for her to plug her headphones in and those
Oh
sorts of
yes,
things.
yes. All
So many things run off USB these days. So that one, these are in no particular order, but if you have to pick one of them, pick one of these.
And the final item is the water flask or my stainless steel flask. So I'll bring either depending on which one I decide to bring. But they both will take, so they're like a thermos flask, but they will take ice and cold drinks. So the ones I have the wider neck, and the same with the stainless steel flask, or any hot drinks. So sometimes I'll put tea or coffee in these, because it takes me quite a while to drink some of those hot drinks. Sort of I'm walking around with them, with those cardboard lids, and you're going around the ship. I just find they start to leak, and once you've taken the lid off, they're just not very secure if you want to put them down. So I empty them out and I put them in a flask, and I find that I can then put that in my bag, and I'm not worried about, joining in an activity and having to leave my coffee or my tea somewhere. And as I say, and then I fill it up for my cold drinks as well. So that is my other essential item. And that's about it, I think, isn't it, Robert?
Yes, so there are obviously a lot of other items that we take with us, and we take with us on every trip. Those are the ones that we've picked out as being our absolute must-take.
Yes,
absolute must-take.
yeah.
So, there we go. They are our top 6 items for cruising.
And we thought we'd share them with you, and get your feedback and see what essential items you take. Put that in the comments below. Share it with the rest of the team, the rest of the group that enjoy watching these videos. It'll be interesting to see what your top items are.
And if you find these videos interesting or useful or helpful in any way, please hit like, please hit subscribe, hit the notification button if you want to see more of our videos. We will see you in the next one. From Carnival Encounter is where we are at the moment.
Yeah.
So from Carnival Encounter, bye.
Happy travelling. Bye.